Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Amazing day on Drama Hospital, so let's get right to it. And it's a Friday. Alright, so at Sunny's, Carly wants to have, well, not wants, but she feels like the best course of action would be to have Morgan committed, and Sunny is against it. She reminds him that Morgan isn't where Sunny is, dealing with the disorder, and he needs a safe place to heal and to process what's going on with him. Sunny doesn't like the idea of Morgan being stuck in a room with four walls closing in, and perhaps his own claustrophobia is clouding his judgment to what the facility would actually do for Morgan. And Carly actually brings up his history and what happened to him to cause his claustrophobia, and that Morgan doesn't have that experience, thankfully, behind it, So Sunny feels he promised Morgan he would come home, and he doesn't want to break that promise. And then Diane texts, and she talked to the DA and wants to meet at Morgan's room. At Nathan and Maxie's, Dante and Nathan are having lunch together, and Dante hasn't heard from Lulu, and he got their finalized divorce papers in the mail. He tells him how Lulu chose to stay at Windermere, and Dante thought they were making progress, but the papers are throwing him off, especially because he hasn't heard from Lulu pretty much since the hospital. And Nathan tells Dante that Lulu might not have gotten her papers yet. It's not like she's ignoring him. And Dante asks Nathan what's going on, and Nathan says he's been lying to Maxie. So Dante tells him that he should tell Maxie the truth because look what happened to he and Lulu. And then Nathan's like, fine, but then you have to talk to Lulu. At the Floating Rib, Maxie and Lulu are having yay, you're alive lunch, which is like the best kind of lunch. And Maxie wants to jump right into Lulu and Dante's relationship. So Lulu is just getting her wailed out, as Nathan predicted. And Lulu talks about her time in the water and how her life flashed before her eyes. And she wanted to say yes when Dante asked her to come home, and now she's afraid of getting hurt again. And Maxie suggests that she take a leap of faith like she had to do to get married. And Maxie gives Lulu a harsh reality check, and that her and Dante have survived a lot, and they need to let go of the anger. And Lulu's considering it, and then she sees the finalized divorce decree, and they're officially divorced, and she's going to, and she takes her rings off. And I'm like, I'm pretty, like, it, So Maxie tells her to tear up the divorce papers, and Lulu says, Nathan never lies to you, so you don't know what it's like. And Maxie's like, actually, not so much, and tells her about Claudette. And Maxie's not an idiot. She knows Claudette isn't a dog, and she knows that she's important to him, and maybe it's even an ex-girlfriend, and maybe not even totally out of his life. And Lulu is like, hey, you gotta take a leap of faith, so they're gonna leap together. At the hospital, Dr. Maddox comes in to talk to Morgan, and Morgan tells him how optimistic he is, and Dr. Maddox questions it, and he tells him Morgan tells him how Diane's getting him out of his legal situation, and he's gonna focus on Kiki and go home and celebrate his freedom. And Morgan questions who he is when Dr. Maddox suggests that they wait to see how the medication affects him, and Morgan thinks the drugs just mold his personality into, whoever the people around him want him to be, as opposed to freeing him from, maybe not freeing him, but, separating him from his disorder. So Dr. Maddox tells him that if he experiences bad side effects, he needs to call him so they can adjust the medication. He just can't go off it. And Andre's going to see if Morgan can see Kiki. But before he can leave, there's a knock on the door, and it's Carly and Sunny. Then Diane comes in as well. Diane tells them that the DA is refusing to drop the charges because he needs someone to blame, and if Morgan goes to a facility, he can get probation. The other option is to go to court and leave it to a jury. And Morgan's like, let's go to court. And Morgan's like, I'll just tell the jury that I was protecting my dad's territory. You can't say that, first of all. But anyway, and, that I'm a good guy. And the guys, they had jumped me first. And, I'll just tell them I'm sorry and I'm a good guy. And Diane tries to tell him it's not that easy. And then Sunny's like, Morgan, just stop. Just stop right now. So Sunny tells Morgan he can't live at home and he should go to the hospital, and Morgan doesn't want to go to the hospital, and he tries to get Dr. Maddox on his side, but that doesn't work, and he wants Diane to intercede, and she's not going to argue his release because it's the best course, and she's known him since he was a kid, and she wouldn't feel right fighting for something that wouldn't be in his best interest. And he begs them not to lock him up, and it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. Like, Brian Craig, like, I have to hold this with my hand, but, like, clap it out for Brian Craig right now. Clap it out. Okay. So Morgan wants another chance, and Dr. Maddox is getting him admitted to the Fremont Clinic, and Sonny tells Diane to draw up the papers. Morgan's yelling, he's begging, he thinks they're plotting against him, and Morgan's like, you wouldn't do this to Michael, Michael took Avery, Michael changed his name, and you never locked Michael away, you never, like, shut him out. And he brings up how Sonny wronged him, like how he, told Kiki that she wasn't a Quartermaine, and, like, and, Sonny never went to a hospital, and Carly reminds him that, she went to a hospital, and it's not forever, and it's going to help him. So Sonny and Carly tell him that they love him, and he's like, I'm not your son, I'm not your son. And Morgan asks Dr. Maddox if he can see Kiki before he leaves. First of all, I just want to, like, reiterate, like, this was an amazing scene, like, amazing, and anyone who says anything negative about daytime TV, like, watch this scene, in my opinion, like, primetime worthy. Like, first of all, I see no difference between daytime and primetime. I watch whatever. I love all TV equally, but I'm just saying, like, today is just, I mean, off the charts, amazing scene, an amazing work by Brian Craig. I can't, I'm in awe. I'm honestly in awe. Like, General Hospital has a lot of, like, amazing actors and amazing, but today hit me, like, differently. Anyone else, like, it just, I don't know, had an effect on me, obviously. But let's move on. So, Ava, also at the hospital, Ava is still down with Kiki, and she knows if she wouldn't have dodged prison, none of this would have happened, and Julian comes to visit. He offers to watch Avery, and Ava tells him she's with Sonny, and Julian's not supportive of Ava giving Avery to Sonny, and Ava concedes that Sonny does love Avery, and it's not forever. So Julian asks about her involvement with the arms syndicate, and she says it was against her will, and she says that she was blindsided when Dixon came into the wedding, which, yeah, but you also showed him the invitation, so it's not like, how do you know? It, like, that's how he knew. And she tells him that she has full immunity, and she was working with the DA the whole time. Then how was it against her will? Like, her two stories, like what happened and now the cover-up, like, they don't really merge very nicely. So Julian asks why she didn't just tell him that she was working with the feds the whole time, and she says she didn't want to involve him. And Julian worries about the guys Raj and Dixon are working for, and Ava asks how he knows so much about those people. So Julian tells her he became aware of them before she got into the business, and before he can get into it more, Dr. Maddox and a few other attendants bring Morgan down to see Kiki, but first obviously ask Ava's permission. So Julian flat out says no, because anytime he's with Kiki winds up getting hurt. And Morgan tells them that he's going to a hospital, and he doesn't know how long it's going to be before he gets out. And Ava does say yes, because Kiki loves Morgan, and maybe he can reach her. Now, end scene. Maxie comes home, and Nathan is about to tell her the truth about Claudette, or I assume so. But Maxie tells Nathan he has the right to remain silent, he has the right to a past, and he doesn't have to explain the glove or Claudette, whoever she may be. She loves him, he loves her, and that's what matters. Our Maxie's growing up. Dante is home and looking at the papers. He takes his ring off, and Lulu's at the door. Oh, Lulu. Morgan apologizes to Kiki for everything, and he wishes her a better life and someone who can treat her better. Down the line, when they're both better, maybe they can see each other again. He loves her and always will. He kisses her goodbye, like, on the cheek, not like creepy Sleeping Beauty or anything. And when he, like, leaves the room, her hand starts to move and she wakes up. Carly and Sunny talk about their choice and how hard it was. Sunny could see nothing that had happened registered with Morgan, and that he really believed he could easily beat the charges, and that's what really scared him. And then Sunny asks what happens next, and is Carly going to leave him because of now his part in all this. So yeah, that's where we left off for the weekend. Nice, right? Thank you so much for watching today's recap. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean so much. And I will see you Monday for more Drama Hospital. I hope you have a great day. Bye!